Hey guys, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today we'll be doing a drag build and tune for this 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, so first to show off the car, we're going to bring it up to the drag strip. We'll just get a rundown of how to launch it and its speed by the end. To sit here, you don't need to rev up this car because otherwise you'll lose traction. So if we just launch it here, get a little bit of traction because it's raining right now as well as being winter. So we can just put it up into 4th gear and then cross the line at 257. So when it's not raining and wet, this car can do 260 by the end of the drag strip. So now we're just going to throw it into the festival drag strip race so we can gauge how quick it is compared to other cars and a time. You can see we got no wheel spin there. We're currently first by a fair bit. And there you go, an easy win. We got a time of 9.1 seconds. Right, so now that we've seen how this car performs, we're going to go into the festival and I'll show how to build and tune it. Right, so with your stock 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, you'll come into the custom upgrade menu here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down to the aero and appearance. There's nothing we can do in conversions as there's only an all drive swap and we're going to be keeping it rear wheel drive. So if we come into aero and appearance, we're going to go over to the rear wing and we're going to do the optional thing of removing it, as this reduces a bit of weight and drag in the car. If we come in here, we're just going to upgrade to drag tires, as well as making them as wide as possible in the rear, the 355s in the rear, and then we're going to chuck on some custom rims, which we can save a little bit of weight here, save 8 kilos, back out of rims and into the wheel spaces. This just helps with stability, doesn't add any weight, so we'll just do it. Back out of tires and rims. Now we're going to come over to drivetrain. We're going to max out everything in here, so race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and then a race diff. Back out of drivetrain. Now we're going to come into platform and handling. We're going to do some race brakes and then some rally springs. Then we're going to do some race front and rear anti-roll bars, as well as a race weight reduction. Back out of platform and handling into the engine upgrades. We're just going to max everything in here. So race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust, race cams and valves, race valves, then a race engine block, race pistons and compression, race supercharger, race intercooler, race oil and cooling, and then finally a race flywheel. You can go ahead and apply all of these because that's it. Alright, so next is tuning. So I'll cover the metric first and then the imperial tune. So for tires in the front, we're going to go down to 1.9. Just like that. And in the rear, we're just going to drop it down to as low as possible. So in this case 1.0. Then next we'll come over to gearing. So for the final drive we're going to set this down to 2.25. Like that. Then for first gear we're going to set this down to 3.60. Just like this. And then for second we're going to set this down to 2.50. Just like that. And then third, we can set this down to 2.0. And then fourth, we're going to set this down to 1.50. That's it for gearing. Now we're going to come into the alignment. We're going to set these front and rear camber angles back to 0 degrees. Just like that. And then the front cast angle back down to 4 degrees. Just like that. Now if we come into springs next, we're going to set these front springs up to 80.0. Just like this. and then in the rear we're going to set this down to 40.0. There you go, 40.0. Now if we come over to dampening, we're going to set this front rebound stiffness up to 5.4. And in the rear we're going to set this down to 2.2. Then next for bump stiffness, we're going to set this front up to 4.3. Just like that. And then in the rear we can just leave it at 1.4. And then finally we've got the differential. We're just going to set this rear acceleration up to 97%. That's it as far as tuning goes, so I'll cover the differences in the Imperial tune right now. So now for the differences in the Imperial tune, we want 27.6 psi in the front tyres, 27.5 is close enough. And then after tyres, we're going to come over to the springs. We want 447.9 in the front and 223.8 in the rear. You can leave the ride heights as is. And then that's it as far as differences go. So you can go ahead and apply all of these. So this car's also got a pretty high top speed, so it wouldn't be bad for going down the highway for these drag runs, as we can easily hit 380. So this has been a drag, build and tune for the 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.